What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I'm your host, Tom Dark, and today we have a few stories for you. iDubbbz was apparently caught lying by Froggy Fresh. PewDiePie got banned on Twitch. People are angry at Mr. Beast again. Chris Chan was spotted, and the CC unit caught a predator. All that and more on this episode of
YouTube Drama News.
And other stuff that's happening, yeah. Alright, so for our first story of the day, it all starts with iDubbbz TV, Froggy Fresh, and the whole situation there. As you guys have probably already seen a bunch of my videos on it, or other people talking about it. I mean, it's been the talk of the town as far as the drama sort of community, right? Well, within this video, Ian said that he wouldn't be pursuing legal action against Froggy Fresh. He said that was never the plan.
Dogging people who would sue people to then like his event that he's running is suing people. It's like a complete flip.
By the way, we weren't suing Froggy. We have no interest in going to court over $15,000. We wanted that $15,000 back, but, you know, he wasn't giving it to us. So we have to leave it at that. You know, we're not suing him.
So here Ian says he's not suing him. He has no intention of suing him. And basically, like, it's just not worth it for $15,000, right? Well, Froggy Fresh prior to this was claiming that he felt that, you know, he was going to be hit with a lawsuit. He thought there was going to be some kind of legal action, but there wasn't really any evidence for that at the time. It was more just sort of him saying that it was sort of, you know, implied to him. But now he's actually tweeted out a contract. Here he says, "I know everyone's sick of hearing about this, and trust me, I'm sick of talking about it. So if you're over this, you can scroll past NBD, I get it. But I have to finally address this big point, which is Ian saying that they weren't threatening to sue me. Attached is the legal letter I was sent threatening legal action. I highlighted the important parts. Also to clarify, the only things I had done up until this point is spoken to Ian on the phone and through text, trained with Sam Hyde, and the OnlyFans joke, and of course Maureen and I's Twitter exchange, which iDubbbz didn't include in his video for obvious reasons." And when he says Maureen and I, he's referencing Anissa's mother, which was not included in Ian's video. Curiously, that was sort of an interesting omission. I figured he, you know, maybe want to mention that, but I guess they just didn't want to deal with, you know, Anissa's mom going haywire again and potentially causing some issues for them, right? Since she was publicly discussing my removal from the event before I'd even been contacted regarding it. Ian's timeline of events is skewered. I didn't start publicly bad-mouthing the event until after I'd been kicked. They kicked me and sent me this letter telling me to basically shut up about it, so that's pretty much it. And here's the highlighted parts. Here we have, based on your recent conduct, Creator Clash has determined you have materially breached Section 8C of the bout agreement, specifically by engaging in conduct that has degraded and offended the event sponsors. Now, basically what Froggy's saying here is that he hadn't shit-talked the event until after he was already kicked, and basically he didn't actually violate the contract. The only thing he had done when he was sent this letter was hang out with Sam Hyde. And this is also a cease and desist, by the way. It says, "In addition, please be advised that the confidentiality obligations set forth in Section 17 of the bout agreement shall survive termination of the bout agreement. Thus, Creator Clash demands that you immediately cease and desist from making any further public or private statements about Creator Clash, your participation in the event, the terms of the bout agreement on this letter, or any of the participants or event sponsors of Creator Clash. Continuing to engage in such conduct will cause you to be liable for damages to Creator Clash, and Creator Clash will seek all remedies available in order to protect its rights." This clause right here is definitely sort of leading on the fact that there's some kind of potential lawsuit happening, right? I mean, right in here, a cease and desist, for those who don't know, is what you send someone basically being like, shut up or I will sue you. It's sort of a preliminary letter, a warning, so to speak, being like, hey guys, if you don't shut your fucking mouth, we will pursue you in court. And I mean, this is literally cease and desist. They demand that he cease and desist, and they say that they will seek all remedies available to it in order to protect its rights. Now, you could argue maybe there's no, you know, implication of any kind of legal action in there, but I think that's immediately probably where your mind would go if you were in the situation that Froggy Fresh is in, right? You would think, oh, maybe they're going to sue me. You know, they're saying they want their money back. They're saying they're going to seek any damages that I caused them if I talk them. So there's definitely a case to be made here about the fact that, you know, he kind of was being intimidated a little bit. Reading some other highlighted parts, we have Creator Clash is presently evaluating all courses of action that may be available to it due to your actions and omissions, which have caused Creator Clash to incur significant damages. I mean, this is definitely implying a lawsuit. You can't dance around this. Like, there's just no fucking way. I was much more lenient on this video initially, and, you know, I still stand by the idea that if Ian doesn't want to hang out with Sam Hyde or associate with him, I don't blame him. I don't even blame him for being a little mad at Froggy, who hung out with Sam, given what Sam said about his wife. You know, regardless of the OnlyFans stuff, I still think it's like, she's a human being. If you're, you know, married to her, dating her, you're her friend, obviously you're going to be mad about that, right? Obviously that's going to rub you the wrong way. And then you can make the argument, oh, well, he was the content cop, and that's true, but clearly he wants to move on from that part of his past. So, you know, at what point do we allow him to move on? Regardless of that, this whole thing about not suing him is, you know, kind of ridiculous, right? I think this is super dumb. Creator Clash is presently evaluating all courses of action that may be available to it due to your actions and omissions. They even say incur significant damages. Like, what else could that mean? That's the obvious implication. Creator Clash previously advanced you $15,000 for training expenses in connection with the event. The advance, which advance Creator Clash is entitled to be refunded in full due to your material breach in consideration for your signing the non-disparagement agreement attached here too as Exhibit A. So they're trying to get him to even sign a non-disparagement agreement, an NDA, saying that he can't talk shit about them, he can't talk negatively about the event. They're saying he needs to cease and desist. And I mean, this is even general counsel. This is a letter from a lawyer, as far as I can tell, right? Richard Torres. I mean, going on this guy's website, I think that's who this is. I can't honestly tell this is the same dude, but he says State Bar of Texas, Huntsville, Texas. I mean, there are probably other, you know, Richard Torres who are lawyers, right? But regardless of that, I mean, it says Esquire, right? Like there's no doubt about it. He's a lawyer. I mean, unless, you know, Esquire clearly means that this is an attorney. So unless this person's lying about being an attorney, which, you know, I don't think they are. I mean, clearly this is some kind of intimidation tactic. You know, they're saying you need to sign an NDA. You can't shit talk us. You need to cease and desist. And if you sign that, then, you know, maybe we won't go after you. Maybe we won't with you, know? If you're in agreement with this proposed release, please execute and return to the non-disparagement agreement no later than 5 p.m. on March 27th, 2023. If you fail to return the enclosed acknowledgement by the specified date, Creator Clash shall seek all remedies available to it at law. Okay, shall seek all remedies available to it at law. That literally implies a lawsuit. There's no way around it. Shall seek all remedies available to it at law. I mean, he says he won't sue Froggy Fresh here because it's just like not worth it for 15 grand. But clearly in this letter, the implication is like he could sue him for that. You know what I mean? Like there's just no doubt about that. Including without limitation seeking punitive and consequential damages. I mean, that implies a lawsuit, clearly. Now, obviously, you know, Ian in this video says they're not going to do that. And maybe they never actually had an intention of suing him. Maybe this is just an intimidation tactic to try and get him to shut up, to try and get him to fork over the 15 grand they gave him. But regardless, like, you know, clearly this is in line with the idea that Froggy Fresh thought he was going to get sued. And then Ian in this video is like sort of gaslighting him. He's like, oh, it's crazy. Like, we wouldn't sue someone for that amount of money. And then we have this letter. So, yeah, I mean, right off the bat, I would say that Ian is clearly capping a little bit. Or at the very least, like, the fact that you could ignore this is ridiculous, right? And just as one final update on this, Froggy Fresh also released this, you know, short video response, basically saying, my only response to the iDubbbz video. This was his initial video that he posted right after it came out, which I don't think I've shown you guys, but we'll take a look here.
iDubbbz, I saw your video. You put my face on SpongeBob SquarePants. You said I was a meanie. You said I don't respect sex workers. I'm going to tell you something. Have you ever seen Ricky Martin in Living La Vida Loca? Have you ever seen that man move? That man is a sex worker. Bruh. And I respect that man. So you explain that.
Drop a like on that one. I do enjoy Living La Vida Loca. All right, for our next story of the day, PewDiePie was banned on Twitch. Here we have the article title from Dexerto.com. The number one source for all journalism, frankly. PewDiePie handed mysterious Twitch ban without even streaming. Mega popular YouTube star PewDiePie has been slapped with a mysterious Twitch ban, despite not even broadcasting live on the platform. PewDiePie's Twitch account has been banned on the Amazon-owned streaming platform as of May 8th. As of the time of writing, an exact reason for the decision is yet unknown, which I kind of predict we may not ever get a fucking reason, because why would Twitch ever tell anyone the reason for banning someone, right? For their biggest streamers, they don't tell them why they were banned. They just leave them to speculate. So once again, amazing communication from Twitch. Greatest platform on the internet. Totally not having their market share eaten up by Rumble and YouTube streaming and Kick. They're totally a fine business. They're not a sinking ship. They're gonna be good for years and years. Primarily known for his pre-recorded content on YouTube as one of the biggest influencers on the site to this day, PewDiePie isn't exactly thought of as a Twitch streamer first and foremost. In fact, the Swedish star turned Japan local seemingly hasn't directly appeared live on Twitch in quite some time, at least not in an official capacity. Following a surprise reemergence of his Twitch account a few weeks ago on March 21st, many believed his account was actually hacked. From replaying old videos to bizarrely streaming full episodes of Trailer Park Boys, a Canadian comedy series, there was no actual live content in that broadcast featuring Pewds himself. Naturally, many assumed the worst. However, it was soon revealed that Copilot Media seemingly took over the channel and turned it into an endless rebroadcast cycling through old content. Copilot Media. Does that mean it was hacked or something? Like, what is Copilot Media? Let's see here. 40 followers. Their pinned tweet is PewDiePie. Here we go. Okay, maybe this will give us an explanation of what was going on his Twitch channel. Here we go. PewDiePie PewDiePie is making innovative use of his Twitch channel. PewDiePie's Twitch channel is back after years of being inactive, but its content leaves fans wondering what is next for the popular YouTuber. Last week, the Twitch channel of PewDiePie started streaming again after years of inactivity. Fans were curious as to what was going on as PewDiePie's Twitch channel streamed episodes of Trailer Park Boys, a popular Canadian sitcom. After debunked rumors of it wasn't a hack, I guess, PewDiePie's Twitch channel is now broadcasting an endless loop of his old video in a stream called PewDiePie Infinity. As the YouTuber uploaded over 3,000 hours of content onto his channel, this loop has more than enough content to draw the attention of curious viewers who can share their reactions on the channel's live chat. And here we have a tweet from this guy who says, PewDiePie has launched a Twitch stream called PewDiePie Infinity that endlessly plays every one of his videos on loop. So I guess they're basically just saying, yeah, you have 2,000 people watching. He's saying it's an infinite money glitch because he has such a, wide range of content. He's basically being like, well, why not just have my content on loop here? People can enjoy it. People can react to it in chat, which obviously makes sense from a, financial perspective. Why not do that, right? According to a pinned message in PewDiePie's Twitch channel chat, this endless loop of old videos is a quiet test rollout. The message, published by content monetization company Copilot Media, says that PewDiePie will make an official announcement regarding his channel in the near future. So I wonder if this had anything related to, or rather, I wonder if this had any sort of bearing on his Twitch ban, because I know YouTube, if you reuse content, quote unquote, too many times, they will like ban your channel or whatever. They'll strip your monetization. Like if you upload the same video too many different ways, sometimes they'll take away your monetization against their reuse policy. So I wonder if Twitch has something like that where you can't just like stream old content and you have to always be making new stuff for Twitch. I really don't know what the reason is here. But once again, Twitch, greatest company in the fucking world. Why would they ever tell, the second biggest YouTuber on the fucking planet why his Twitch channel was banned? Why would we have any explanation, right? Makes no sense. Why even release a public statement, Twitch? Why be transparent at all? Just leave people to wonder and be in fear every time they use their platform, right? That's the best way to go about it, you fucking idiots. PewDiePie's Twitch channel has now been removed from the site altogether, perhaps due to the nature of this replay-based broadcast, an incident featured in said reshared content, or something else entirely. Yeah, maybe he played his old bridge video. Maybe the bridge video came up live and it just, didn't go that well.
What a fucking nick.
Maybe one of the Wall Street Journal videos was played where he had, the people say subscribe to Keemstar and some other unscrupulous stuff that I can't repeat for obvious reasons. With PewDiePie former focused on YouTube content and with his first child on the way, rectifying the situation on Twitch doesn't seem to be his top priority at this moment in time. And by the way, PewDiePie first child on the way. Guys, we're going to get PewDiePie Jr., okay? Easily one of the greatest YouTubers of all time. PewDiePie Jr. is going to kill the game. When he grows up, he's going to be big and famous just like his dad. He's going to play Minecraft. He's going to play Roblox. It's going to be amazing. But, all irony aside, congrats to Felix and Marcia. That makes me happy to hear. It seems BG Cumby didn't even need to help him out, Felix managed to do it on his own.
PewDiePie, let's get down to brass tacks here. You and Marja, compared to me at least,
y'all are some old A-word N-word.
And you still haven't made any babies. How are we going to save Europa when the number one man, the top Aryan, won't even breed his wife? Put down the video games. Stop watching porn and go kiss Marja right now, Felix. Do it. Whatever you're into, some kind of weird freak who likes to smell women's dirty underwear, just do what you have to do, Felix. We won't judge you. I won't judge you.
Thank you. Very inspiring message from BG Cumby. All right, so our next story is from Mr. Beast, apparently. He bought an entire neighborhood in, I believe, Greenville, South Carolina, I believe. Oh, North Carolina. Sorry, Greenville, North Carolina. As reported by the New York Post, the neighborhood in question is located in Greenville, North Carolina. And, it's obviously just like a neighborhood he bought. Maybe it's not obvious, but supposedly he bought the neighborhood to let his staff and family live there, which I don't think is a big issue. You have some people saying Mr. Beast has invented feudalism, which I assume this is basically like a joke, right? I don't think this person is being serious. At least I hope they're not being serious. But apparently he has the amount of money now where he managed to buy a ton of houses and he's just letting people live there. And I guess they can produce content together, which is pretty cool to hear, honestly. It's nice to hear when a YouTuber is making enough money that they can buy, things that like 10 years ago only a normal celebrity could buy. You know what I mean? Like there was a time when the only person you can imagine having this much money, being able to purchase homes in this way, was like Will Smith. But I mean, now someone like Mr. Beast, I wouldn't be surprised if he does a video with Will Smith. He already did a video with The Rock, and it makes me happy to see his success. I think he's a pretty like inspirational guy. Okay, I know a lot of people like to meme on him and say he's cringy, but I think Mr. Beast is a cool dude. I respect his grind. I respect his hustle. I think he makes cool videos, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he managed to do this. Obviously, at this point, he's had so many other accomplishments. Probably doesn't feel that special to him, but I like Mr. Beast, so good for him. Okay, cool story for today. YouTubers on the way up. This makes me happy, makes me glad, and I hope it makes you guys glad too. Now, with that being said, there seems to be a few controversies surrounding Mr. Beast as of late. It's not so much necessarily regarding him, although we do have one of those that we'll get to in a moment, but regarding his employee, Chris Tyson. You can see this video here from Sunny V2. It says, why Chris will soon be a nightmare for Mr. Beast. And a lot of people, seem to have a big issue with this video. Or we have this person saying, this new Sunny V2 video feels really invasive for all the wrong reasons. Like, why did you make this? You delved into the man's marriage and shit. It just seems really off-putting and unnecessary. And if people have a problem with, I don't know, the concept of like talking about a trans person in this way, I'm not gonna come at you for that. That being said, they say you delved into the man's marriage and shit. It's just really off-putting and unnecessary. We do this with like every celebrity, so I don't really see what the issue is here as far as like invasive, right? Every tabloid does stuff like this. Everyone under the sun has been following, every celebrity's relationship. So I don't think in that way it's like, okay, is it a little weird? Sure, you could argue it's a little weird, but it's not like anything Sunny V2 did in that video was like out of the norm for a typical YouTube video. But obviously, the trans issue is a big talking point right now, so people are going to be, angry about that, and I understand that they're emotional about that. But Mr. Beast did respond, and he said, yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare. He's my friend, and things are fine. All the transphobia is starting to piss me off. This guy got mad at me. I don't really know who this is, but this guy's called, I can't even pronounce his name. He says, Sunny V2 and Turkey Tom's entire business model is highlighting the worst out of humanity for no better reason than to farm hate clicks is genuinely sickening. Worst part is sometimes they don't even hide their bias. Sunny's ninja vid is literally a direct attack. It's real low. Now, first of all, highlighting the worst of humanity for no better reason than to farm hate clicks. I would argue that it's probably okay to farm hate clicks on a terrible person. Ninja's not a terrible person, keep in mind. But at the same time, like highlighting the worst of humanity, I don't think that Ninja is part of the worst of humanity. People just, noticed he fell off. Sunny did a video. And I'm not defending this video. I don't like this video from Sunny, but I think, okay, highlighting the worst of humanity for no better reason than to farm hate clicks. This is what like that thousands of people do every day. Everyone talks about drama. Everyone talks about, bad things happening. People love crime documentaries. People love crime movies. People love true crime stuff. It's really just an extension of that, right? It's that morbid fascination that people have. Now, if you want to have a problem with the fact that people enjoy that kind of content, and maybe societally you have an issue, but I don't think there's anything wrong with making videos talking about bad people if people want to watch it, you know what I mean? I mean, clearly, Sunny V2, whatever you want to say about him, people watch his videos, right? I mean, the dude's got 2 million subscribers or something like that, 3 million subscribers. The funniest conversations Joe Rogan history. This one didn't do that well, but here we have the story of TikTok's dirtiest predator. 2 million views, 2 million, 7.5 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million. I mean, he's huge, right? He's huge. And I'm not successful to the same degree, but if you look at my channel, obviously people like to watch this stuff, and it's just basic human psychology. People like to, watch the misfortune of others. They find it interesting. Some find it cathartic. Undoubtedly, some people have an unhealthy relationship with it, but others just find it, mildly interesting. So I'm not totally sure like what is genuinely sickening exactly. Sometimes they don't even hide their bias. Well, it is called a YouTube commentary video. Like sometimes you're gonna like have your opinion in there. You know what I mean? Like it's a documentary, quote unquote, right? There is like a documentary aspect to it. But when it's coming from, an independent narrator, I don't think you would call us journalists exactly, but maybe there's some journalistic aspects of it. But when it's coming from an independent narrator with an opinion and you're telling a story, sometimes you give your opinion in that story. So, they don't even hide their bias. I mean, you're right. Like, I don't think you have to hide your bias necessarily. I think you can just be upfront with your opinion. I'm not sure what this dude's issue is exactly. Literally a direct attack. Once again, I don't see what's wrong with a direct attack. Like, can we not like shit talk people? Can we not like be mean to people? I actually saw this tweet when it came out and I just ignored it. But now that I came across it, figured I'd just give my thoughts. Yeah, I'm not really sure what this dude's issue is. Once again, I'd be willing to even have a conversation with him about it if he wants to. He makes like Minecraft, Undertale edits. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? He can have his opinion. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. All right. Well, with that out of the way, I think that we should go back to this Chris Tyson article. Mr. Beast YouTube star Chris Tyson breaks silence over removal rumors. So basically following the Sunny V2 video, a lot of people speculated that maybe Chris Tyson was off the team. I think they didn't see Chris in like one video, so they were like, oh, what happened to Chris? Did Mr. Beast kick Chris because he's trans or she's trans? By the way, they do use any pronouns, so you can't call me transphobic, okay? Tyson, who uses any pronouns, regularly appears in Mr. Beast videos and recently opened up about their gender journey. On April 6th, Tyson shared that HRT had shared their life, and here we have a picture of Chris on a boat, I guess. It says it's never too late to start being yourself. Despite backlash from transphobic trolls, their longtime friend Mr. Beast, real name Jimmy Donaldson, has stood by them, hitting out at haters who suggested that continuing to collaborate with Tyson could jeopardize the Mr. Beast fan base. Australian YouTuber Sunny V2, real name Lachlan Windross, is his name even public? I don't know. Was one of them sharing a video on April 13th titled, "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for Mr. Beast." Mr. Beast wasn't impressed, responding on Twitter with a withering put down. You can see this tweet that I just cited, right? Despite this public display of support, rumors circulated online that Tyson had been dropped from the Mr. Beast team after they didn't appear in a recent video. But Tyson has now laid any confusion to rest in a Snapchat stream, clarifying that they're still a part of Mr. Beast's team, but wanted to spend more time with their son Tucker, who's still 2 years old. Tyson was answering a number of fan questions, including one that read, "Did you also get removed from Mr. Beast's team because they keep lying about that?" They responded, "Nope, I pretty much told Jimmy, Mr. Beast, just because I want to spend time with Tucker, and he's traveling a lot. I'm just going to come and go as I please. I came to Japan and I left when I pleased, and I went. I don't know if I can say I went to Mexico. I went to Mexico and then I came back, and here's the video, obviously." So to the rumors that Chris was kicked off the team because of, you know, their newfound trans status, I really don't think that's it. And if Mr. Beast did do that, first of all, okay, that would be like such a nightmare for him, and it would totally contradict everything that he said publicly about how the transphobia is starting to piss him off. So, you know, I really don't see what the issue is here. But Mr. Beast seems like a nice dude, and you know, I wish Chris the best. Now, the other reason people are mad at Mr. Beast right now is because if you go on YouTube, you type in Mr. Beast, 1,000 deaf people here for the first time, which is another one of these sort of charitable videos, right?
This is the first out of 1,000 deaf people that we're gonna help hear again, and she hasn't heard her mother's voice in 4 years. Can you hear?
I love you.
Next, we help Kaylee, Sudi, and even entire families hear their loved ones again. But they are only a few of the 1,000 people that we are going to help hear again today. We got our hands on over $3 million of cutting-edge hearing technology that, unlike old hearing...
So obviously this is a very, you know, wholesome video. It's also like informative. They're telling people, you know, about hearing aids. They're telling people why this is such a problem for a lot of people. They're sharing their story. I mean, nobody in their right mind would have a problem with this video. But much like we had with the prior video where he cured people's blindness, obviously someone online is going to find a reason to be mad at this. And, you know, I think that I used to be sort of just surprised at the outrage behind this, because it was like, how could anyone have a problem with this? It doesn't surprise me anymore. And I think with the level of popularity that he's at, there's going to be someone who has a problem. And that someone is bound to be on Twitter being annoying, being obnoxious, you know, tweeting about it, being just an insufferable cunt, right? So you're going to have someone that has a problem with it, no matter what he does, right? He could literally do the most charitable, socialist, based on Stalin pilled thing ever. And the lefties would find some way to get mad at it because he's appropriating their culture or whatever. And in this case, they're mad because they're saying he does poverty tourism, which, I mean, to an extent, right? He is, you know, making videos about these people's stories, but I think that there's just no issue with that, you know? End of the day, he uses his money to help people. He then makes a video about it. That makes more money so we can help more people. And he's even pledged to give away every single dollar of his by the time he dies. So I really don't see a problem with what Mr. Beast is doing. I think he's a super cool dude, and I like his videos, and I wish him well. And I also think that none of his stupid critics will ever, you know, have anything meaningful to say about him other than whining on Twitter, because that's all they do, right? They don't donate their money. They just whine and cry. Even someone like Hassan Piker doesn't seem to have an issue with Mr. Beast. He actually made a more cogent point about how his problem was with this system rather than Mr. Beast himself, and Mr. Beast didn't do anything wrong. So, yeah, there you go. All right, for another quick story of the day, here we have Chris Chan being spotted. I recently did a video about how Chris Chan was released from prison. It was being housed in a halfway house. And here we have pictures of Chris in Walmart out in the wild, doing a little bit of shopping. Very cute outfit, as always. We got the jean shorts on, it appears, and some leggings. Looks like Chris is, you know, doing a little grocery shopping, maybe. And here we have, he also claimed, Chris approached the electronic department asking for a flash drive and also ended up buying a Switch. Second photos from the electronics when he was asking. There was a large black van Chris got into about 8 stores down, driven by a large black woman. I didn't take any photos of the vehicle for the sake of the woman driving, so maybe that was an Uber, maybe that was his current chauffeur, I don't really know. Here we have the Sonichu wiki that this person was citing, basically just getting their information from, you know what I mean. So Chris is out. For a little bit of an update, there will be a video about Chris Chan coming out in the next few days. I shouldn't say next few days, probably next week on my main channel, Turkey Tom. Just basically documenting his entire life because I find it super interesting, and yeah, that should be a fun video. And here we have an update on Ed Gale. Now, Ed Gale is an American actor. Apparently, he's a retired American actor and stunt performer who appeared in films and television series between 1986 and 2013. Thank you very much, Wikipedia. And I believe he's most well known for Child's Play, which is, you know, the movie starring, obviously, the scary killer doll Chucky, the doll possessed by a serial killer. Well, we have an update from CC Unit, which I believe is an offshoot of the Predator poachers, who famously caught EDP. And in this video, apparently they managed to catch Ed Gale trying to meet up with a child. They exposed him, and the police, I guess, wouldn't arrest him because of the, you know, physical condition he's in or something like that. Here we have the video. Ed Gale update: CC exclusive new evidence to prove prior victims' history of grooming and abuse. Police confession. This video contains police personnel and/or arrest situations.
Number 353. But 353 is not any ordinary catch. This guy that we're catching is Chucky. And yes, you heard it right. I said Chucky, and when I say Chucky, I'm talking about Child's Play. His name is Ed Gale. Ed, I'm here to talk to you about your chats, okay? I'm filming for your safety and mine, okay?
I knew it.
How old is Gabriel?
14.
Did you ask for a naked picture?
Yes. You will never find any chats in my life like this.
Holy shit, these chats. I want to play with your toy. What do you mean? Your penis, baby boy? I want you. I need you. I love you. This guy is a fucking pedophile, dude. So this dude also, he did just say, I've never done anything like this in my life. Obviously, they're not going to trust that explanation, right? Given these DMs. I mean, why would you not, you know, expect him to have done this before?
In my life like this.
This is the only time you committed this crime.
Yes.
Good night, kiddo. Have a great weekend, baby boy. Good evening, night owl. Hey, cutie. Ever fuck Chucky? I can't send anything until Minard gets home. Who the fuck is Minard? Is that the dude taking pictures of your, like, fucking gut and dick and ass? Do you like the taste of cum? Oh my god, this guy's sick.
Nervous.
I want to hold yours while you go pee. This guy's a sick fuck. Holy shit. This guy's actually sick.
And pardon me for being excited to see you.
You committed 2 felonies today. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you talk sexually to a minor online, yes or no?
Yes.
Inviting him over to your apartment to continue to do these sexual acts is illegal. 2 felonies.
Yes.
So the cops show up.
Come in, talk to you for a minute. All right. What's going on, man?
Anytime I hear about pedophiles, this and that, that's to me, you know, hang them upside down and cut their toes off.
A lot of them say this too. They like, even after they're caught, you know, on To Catch a Predator and stuff like that, you know, Chris Hansen's old show, they'll say something like, no, I fucking hate pedophiles. I want to, you know, hang them upside down, cut their toes off. I want to kill them. They deserve to be, you know, have this terrible, cruel fate, waterboarded in Guantanamo Bay and fed Sunny D for the rest of their life. No water ever. They'll say things like this, and it's sort of interesting cognitive dissonance where they seem to hate them. And maybe it's just sort of, you know, taking out anger on themselves. You know, psychologically, they're like, well, I can never be like that person. Or maybe it's more of like, oh, you know, a self-hatred thing given the acts that this guy was caught in, right? And he even said this to a police officer right away as soon as the dude walked in the room, which is crazy.
And I'm certainly not one of them. They showed me the light that I am. I have a problem, and he showed it to me.
Damn, all right. Well, there's your Predator catch video, I guess. If you or someone you know has been a victim of Ed Gale, please DM us on Instagram. So I guess they're looking for anyone who has been involved with Ed Gale, has any history with him, and they're trying to look for more victims. Because obviously, you know, they were not an actual victim. They were baiting him. But that's a pretty crazy story regardless. Oompaville, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? Dude, I'm trying to make like a news video or something. Why? Do anything else. Do anything else, Oompaville. Dude, I'm so close. I'm so fucking close. All right, guys. Well, that's about going to wrap up the story for today. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on all these situations. And thanks for all your support in the recent videos. You guys have been loving them, have been retweeting them, have been sharing them, have been posted up in your Discord, reacting to them with your friends, grandma, cat, dog. You know, your Ed Gales of the world have been really enjoying it. Shout out Ed Gale. Hope you love the content, buddy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Do appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next video, probably tomorrow. Bye.